Thank you, Dr. King.
I'm so thankful for Martin Luther King Jr. because he helped me realize that our dreams can be accomplished.
I'm so grateful that we live in a country where we can have heroes like Martin Luther King Jr. and that he can teach us how to correct our path and become better.
Thank you, Dr. King!
We have a lot of contention in our society, and so as the Hale family gathers around the dinner table on Monday night, one of the ways in which we will choose to reflect and remember Martin Luther King is by thinking about what he taught us about how we affect change. He was a real disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, and he exemplified many of those same principles of maintaining dignity and civility in pursuing good and righteous changes that needed to occur, and he was consistent in that all the way up until the end, even though his antagonists and his opponents did not meet him in kind, as evidenced by the fact that he lost his life in his cause. But what an amazing example of someone who pushed for good and righteous ends, but did so all the time maintaining dignity and maintaining civility, and thereby maintaining the higher ground.
Thank you so much, Martin Luther King, for brotherly kindness and serving with your heart.
Thank you, Dr. King.
I have been really inspired by his I Have a Dream speech. It's something that I listen to each year and teach my children about each year, and all of the contributions that he made for America and for civil rights in particular. So thank you for this opportunity to talk about him.
Thank you, Dr. King, for fighting for equal rights.
Hey, I'm so grateful for Martin Luther King Day. He's done so much for this country, and he was so fierce, so brave to stand up against odds and really bring equality to this nation. And I'm really grateful.
I just want to say that I'm glad that we live in this country, that we can share and be more equal and be kinder to one another. I think that we've come a long way.
Thank you, Martin Luther King, for everything that you did and the civility and standing up for everybody.
One of my favorite quotes of his is that the time is always right to do the right thing. So grateful for all of the things that he's done for our country and our freedoms.
I'm grateful for Dr. Martin Luther King's vision. In his most famous speech, he said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." And that's how Jesus Christ saw people. He looketh on the heart. Speaking of the Lord, Nephi wrote, "He doeth that which is good among the children of men, and he inviteth them all to come unto him, and partake of his goodness. And he denieth none that come unto him. Black and white, bond and free, male and female, and all are alike unto God." Thank you to Dr. King for reminding us that all are alike unto God.
Thank you, Dr. King.
When I think of him, I'm reminded of a quote by de Tocqueville, who visited America and talked about the power of America. And he said, the power of America lied in its churches. And when he heard the pulpits aflame with righteousness, that's where he could see the power of America. Martin Luther King made pulpits aflame with righteousness by preaching truth, that God honors all of his children, no matter their background. And he helped spread that throughout our country, and I'm grateful for that service.
When I think about Martin Luther King, I think about the impact that one man, one woman can have if they follow their unique mission, their divine mission on earth. And we have a great example in Martin Luther King, and we have to pay a lot of gratitude and thanks to him for the way that he lived and the example that he has been and is to all of us. Happy Martin Luther King Day.
So really excited about Martin Luther King Day coming up. There's so many things that he is as an example to so many of us, coming from South Africa and having lived through some of the things happening there, and then to see examples like him, Martin Luther King, who stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and gave his wonderful speech about I Have a Dream, showing that non-resistance to violence, not wanting to make change in a bad way, but making change in a good way, and drawing attention to it in the right way is a great example to us on how we can still ask questions and still make change. And I remember standing on those stairs and seeing the memorial left in the steps of the Lincoln Memorial of his speech and the impact that it made and the opening of the many doors that it now has opened for so many people. He truly is an example to many, and grateful that we can celebrate Martin Luther King Day.
two of the greatest political speeches ever given in this country. One by President Lincoln, the second inaugural, 1865, on the steps of the Capitol. And the second was Dr. Martin Luther King, right? 1963 on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. And what I love about both of those speeches is that they took the Bible as their political textbook for those beautiful clarion calls to national repentance and unity and love. They both loved the divine purpose in our founding. You read both of those speeches side by side, and it's hard not to think that those two men are brothers in the same cause, and they are. Happy Martin Luther King Day.